obviously, when you pour everything in your mind, body, and soul out there on the field and in the weight room, in the classroom, in that clubhouse, to not have gotten the job done today is extremely painful for each and every one of us. And, I think more than anything, these guys are going to miss going out and competing together. I think that's always the hardest part is when you love the guy next to you and you've been working so hard together. I'm proud of them for everything that they've done all year. These two next to me and everybody over there and in that clubhouse, because they care so stinking much and they've made such great relationships with one another. And yeah, the loss is going to sting for forever. But at the same time, there's so many different things. These guys broke through so many different walls and found better versions of themselves. Both these two guys sitting right next to me right now, I mean, the growth that they've made over the last several years and really just in this year alone has been tremendous. I think that's just a huge tribute to how special these guys are and the people that they surround themselves with. So we value that clubhouse, and that's, I think, the biggest and most painful part is that here in a couple of days, everyone's going to be going different ways, and we're going to miss the heck out of each other. It's hard when family has to split up like this. But for those guys that are moving on and won't get to put on a Beaver uniform again, we're going to miss them. And I know that, there's no doubt each and every one of those guys know they're Beavs for the rest of their lives. So it's always a special place. From where we started to the very last pitch, these guys are fighters and they care. And I love each and every one of them, and I always will.
Okay, the lucky part is you don't have to use the microphone, so open up for questions.
I guess just Mitch, when you gathered them in the dugout, what was your message to them afterward?
Kind of just that.
Yeah.
I just want to, I hope they all know it, that how much, I personally care and love them, and I'm proud of them. And, but a lot of time it means that try to get out of their way because they want to give each other hugs. It's when you're that close with those guys next to you and you go out there each and every day to win and to push each other, they're hard on each other. They care. They want the guy next to them to fight. And so really I just wanted to express how much I care for them, but I want to give them an opportunity to get that last huddle together, to bring it in tight, and to holler out family, and like you mean it, like we always mean it.
Justin, what are your thoughts about the season being over and perhaps your Oregon State career?
It's definitely not where we want to be right now. Everyone wants to be in Omaha, but there's no telling what comes next. That's not up to me. That's up to the man above. So just whatever that plan is, stick to it, and just never know if I get to play with these guys again or if I'm back next year playing with them, then give it my all no matter what I do.
Is there a way to describe how difficult the loss was and just the scene there at the end of the game?
Yeah, it's hard to say bye to your family. We've grown so close over this year and then my 3 years here with the guys that I've been with. So it's hard, but they're friends, family forever, so it's not goodbye.
What will you remember most about this season, you think? You think back to it maybe a week or a month or 6 months from now?
The past couple of weeks, we've had our backs against the wall the last 3 weeks and showed a tremendous amount of grit and just showed what we're made of. Showed how we can come together no matter what the situation is.
Mitch, just 3 hits and 2 walks allowed. How are you feeling about what your pitchers did today?
They did a great job. Really, Jaren was sinking the ball. Auburn capitalized on just a couple mistakes. I thought we still minimized a lot of free bases, but a hit batter and then or a walk and then a homer, so timely hitting. Was a hit batter and then a double and then we make an error, and then, just a couple of small things. But overall, I mean, Jaren Hunter threw the heck out of the ball. He was sinking it down the zone. You're looking it off to the side, and you're like, dang, that ball is really dropping off. I thought he was doing a great job with his changeup as well. And even the slider. I mean, just a great mix. Guy was cruising, doing a great job. I believe he was getting close to 80 pitches, but that's just the growth. He continues to go out there, keep his strengths as strengths. He's getting a ton of ground balls, and our defense did a great job. Some quick innings too. It puts us back on offense, and even Sebi and Brown. Brown came in and looked electric right there at the end. That was fun to watch, and he was getting everybody fired up. That's one of those things you can just you're visualizing it. The end of the game walk-off happening right there. So I thought the Arms did a great job.
Mitch, going out like that, coming so close, how much do you feel like that could, motivate these guys as you head into the offseason?
Whether it's close or far, when you don't get it done, it makes you really mad, and it's going to motivate. I thought last year, the motivation attached to traveling down to TCU and not getting the job done, that upset us pretty heavy, and we went about it like there was a big chip on our shoulder, and everyone wanted to get better. And I think that's why you get better, is when you fall. But now this is that time we have got to pick ourselves back up and move forward. And, we broke through a different wall. We moved one step closer. And I already know what everyone's goals and aspirations are for next year. And it's not about, moving on. It's about going out and winning a World Series. And that's the way it's going to be every year. There's no veering off from that path. And so every time, unless we finish the year with a win, we're going to be really upset. And we're going to be hurt. And we're going to be very grateful for, the environment here is something that any kid would ever dream about going out and playing in front of, and there's moments where I even catch myself in the game, standing on the top step and just looking around and soaking it in and just being very grateful for what we have. And with that gratitude comes a strong responsibility on our end to be better and compete and work harder and all the things that I think describe these guys: resilience, grit, heart, passion, compassion, selfless. I'm even though I'm a coach, but I think I learn more from being around these guys than they could ever learn from me. And they just keep they love to prove everyone wrong. And sometimes I'll poke them a little bit and be like, "Oh, this guy's pretty good. I don't know if we got a chance." And for every time I push on them, they always push back harder and show me how good they really are.
Justin Burkhalter he out-saved. How was he with it from your perspective?
He put the ball where he wanted to, made good pitches, and just did his job. That's what his role is for Auburn. So he just did his job. He stepped up in the moment and tip your hat to him. Competed and got however many, 8 outs? 8 outs to get the game and get them going. So tip your hat to him, but we left a lot of runners on today. Didn't take advantage of runners earlier in the game. So a lot of missed opportunity, but it doesn't come down to just that. So.
Jaren, when you're standing at the top, watching them dog out on your field, what's going through your mind in that moment?
It's tough for sure. We dream of Omaha, we dream of winning a national championship, and when we see it come to an end, it's really difficult, and then it gets even more difficult when you say bye to all the guys who've just been in your corner, been together for the last, for me, 2 years. Guys like Mitchell Verberg, Cooper, Sebi, and all three of those guys had such an influence on me, and just saying bye to them is tough because I know I won't get to suit up with them again. And, it sucked to say bye to them, and it's tough.
On that note, Justin, what were the conversations like with some of the vets, with Wade or Melt or those guys afterward?
I was just saying bye, I guess. They're going to go do their thing, and whether it's play pro ball or get a job, they're going to go do their thing, and they're going to do it to their best ability, and just being grateful for the time spent with them and just saying, I love you, and I got your back no matter what.
Jaren, how much do you feel like those veterans,
kind of molded you into who you are right now, and going into next year, how much do you think you're going to take away from that experience with them?
Oh, a ton. I mean, their leadership the last few years has been really inspirational to see, and it's definitely molded me over the course of the year. I mean, I'm a completely different person. I think I was at the start of the year, and that's testament to the support from those guys, their leadership, and just believing in each other. I mean, whenever we go out there as a staff, each other, everyone else has got your back. You hand the ball to someone else, and they're going to go do their thing. And it's difficult to see them go, and you just learn from how they led, and you try to be that person for the guys next year.
Jaren, just, having the opportunity to take the ball in this kind of game, what did that mean to you?
Meant a ton. I mean, the coaches that have the trust in me and the belief that I can go out there and, give us a chance to win. It meant a lot, and I just wanted to give it my all for everyone else. Give us a chance to be in that game and, not let the season come to an end. And, I owe it to all those guys to just do everything I can to help us. And it's tough, the ending, but I mean, we fought, and I think that just shows like the type of team we are and the type of guys we are.
How would you describe the leadership and some of those vets and what they brought to this team?
I mean, it's their leadership. You can't really put into words how much of an influence they have on you. I mean, especially someone like, Mitch Overberg. I mean, he's been here for, yeah, and he just takes all the younger guys under your wing. I mean, when something doesn't go your way, he's there for you. When things are going there well for you, he's still there to, keep you grounded and keep you hungry. And I mean, those guys, they do so much, and I'm really thankful for it, and I just hope they know that.
Mitch, a comment for you on the Auburn team. That was an awfully good baseball team.
Yeah, they're very good. They do all the little things right? They only struck out a few times today, facing some good pitching. They put a lot of balls in play. They limit free bases. I mean, really, they got pitching. They got defense. They're a solid ball club. Obviously, I really believe in our guys, and I know our guys. I'll take our guys over anybody, any day. But Auburn, they handled their business. Watching them last week and watching how they went about, this weekend as well. They did all the little things right, and it was hard because you keep trying to chip away and trying to find some kind of mistake or weakness, and they really didn't make any. I mean, other than the one bunt they threw down the line, they played clean baseball.